Welcome to Cooking with the Browns. This is going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Husband kind of put his little mix on.
It's a seafood surprise.
What's the surprise?
Not really a surprise. It's a seafood dish.
Okay, so we have the garlic powder, white pepper, sea salt, black pepper, and Old Bay. In addition to room temperature butter. How many of these do we have? 2. That is garlic, parsley, and onions. Already chopped. And we're gonna have flour. Oh, this is the good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. You see that? Tell me what that is, baby.
Crawfish tails and jumbo crab meat.
Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Boom. Yes. Lots of it. Lots of it.
3 tablespoons of butter melted over medium heat. Once that is melted, then we're going to add our onion, garlic, and parsley. Nice and caramelized, translucent if you will. And we're going to be using crab and crawfish tails. Now these are already cooked, but if you want, you can also do some shrimp.
Delicious.
And we'll sprinkle in our flour.
How much flour is that, baby?
That's 1 tablespoon, need 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna stir this in real good and real quick. And then you want to get it going. Let this cook for about 2 minutes, but you want to constantly stir while it's going for those 2 minutes. You may notice I'm cooking with my mask on because my allergies have been out of control. So took some allergy meds. I didn't want to be sneezing on camera, just being safe. Slowly, give me 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Oh, this is gonna be nice. We have an onion, a garlic, a parsley, all-purpose flour, heavy whipping cream, clam juice. We'll let this cook for about 3 minutes. And then now, also, it's time to add our seasoning. All the seasoning we had, our Old Bay, our black pepper, white pepper, salt. The baby's a seasoning queen, so if we need a little more, I'll let her come back and add it.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Sometimes I'm a little light-handed with the seasoning, but
Gotta put it on in there. Put it on in there.
she lays it on.
Spice it up. Spice it up. While it's cooking with the Browns, we both gotta do it. And then we add this. The meat. And we're done. No cheese. No,
You know what? I'm gonna put some Parmesan in there.
Oh yeah, I think that's our own little
Have
spice.
some?
We do.
We're gonna add some Parmesan. I want a little cheese flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put out there. Oh yeah. Sometimes that's what we do when we're cooking. You know, we get to cooking and say, you know what? Hey, let's add this.
Yeah.
That's how great recipes are made.
Add your own little spice. All right. You did that. With the seasoning.
Actually, gonna go ahead and turn off our heat while this finishes up before I add my seafood. Since my seafood is already cooked, actually take this off the heat because we don't want to overcook our seafood.
Yeah, because it's already cooked. Because now what's next?
That's it. Seafood's next. Like the way you work it. No diggity.
Y'all know I'm left-handed, so I'll be doing.
I like when you turn like that. That's good. If you want to loosen it up, you could always use some white wine if you want to thin it out some.
But we like a good good consistency, nice, you know, not too loose, not too thick. So for us, this is about the right consistency of what we like. See? And we are going to put it over some jasmine rice. Now y'all, we haven't plated it yet, but watch what we plated. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready for cooking it with the browns. And we're gonna get ready to eat.
It's gonna be so good.
Y'all see my eyes already closed? They already closed.
Close and tasty.
All right, family. The finished product is here. I mean, good.
Kitchen is clean. Once we're full, movie's over. Saranada.
Hey there, family. Welcome to Cooking with the Browns.
Tonight we're gonna do some meatloaf, some creamy mashed potatoes, and some special seasoned broccoli florets.
Yep.
This is going to be delicious.
Absolutely.
Cooking with the Browns.
Cooking with the Browns.
Check it out.
Yes, yes, yes. We've already got our seasoning out. Already have started peeling some potatoes. So let's get started. Okay, this is the seasoning that we will be using for our meatloaf. We have the Heinz chili sauce, black pepper, breadcrumbs, kosher salt. We're gonna have some parsley flakes, minced garlic, and a little Italian seasoning. So now he's gonna do a half an onion. And how much butter, baby?
1.5 tablespoons of butter. And then cook this down till the onions are nice and soft. Do this over medium heat. Butter is nice and melted, the onions are nice and soft, and then we'll proceed to putting all our ingredients together in our meatloaf.
Okay, now I am about to mix the breadcrumbs, eggs, and milk. And then I'm going to, how many eggs, babe?
2 eggs, 3/4 cups of milk.
So I can make a little mixture. Oh yeah, baby. Food Network, baby. What? It is 3 cups of milk. I got eggs.
Like a real chef.
Trying to jinx me, y'all. Think I'm gonna put some shell in her.
I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm complimenting you.
And the pre-measured.
It's 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs.
Boom. So I'm stirring up the mixture and going to let it sit for 5 minutes.
Yeah, when you let it sit for 5 minutes, it keeps your breadcrumbs nice and moist, which is going to cause your meatloaf to be nice and moist. So we'll let that sit for 5 minutes before we add our meat, and then we'll add our onions and our other dry ingredients.
Yes. Every now and then we would do the lazy way and just get a box of potatoes.
Instant
potatoes. When I tell you every now and again, not too often, this time we said, oh yeah, no, we want those good old homemade potatoes. So my husband is doing what he does, and he is peeling potatoes. Once they're all peeled, we put them in a bowl of water. And what that do, babe?
Soak and get some of the starch off of there.
Ooh, it's been thickened up too, y'all. Show y'all. It's been thickened So,
you ready to add your onions?
yes. So, and y'all, I'm not even an onion person. Not an onion person.
Comes the meat. Good 80-20.
80-20.
Ground beef.
And they said just put it in just like that. Now, 2 pounds. And yeah, I'm gonna get in here and get dirty, so I gotta take off my watching stuff. Cause you know, you cannot do meatloaf without getting in there.
We have the chili sauce.
That is 3/4.
It's a half a cup of chili sauce.
Half a cup. Take this off.
Half a cup of chili sauce, your breadcrumbs, your Italian seasoning, your meat, your sauteed onions, your parsley, your salt, and your pepper. And it's ready to go.
Cause he's pre-measured all of that. This is pre-measured.
Season.
This is the parsley.
It's a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. It's gonna be so good. Hey, what is it? Cooking with the browns.
Cooking with the browns. Time to get down and dirty.
Ooh, I love the way you stir.
You see? Yeah. About to tear up my Pamper Chef.
It's time to get down and mix it all together. With your meatloaf good mix, you don't want to over mix it, but you do want to use your hands to get everything good and mixed. All your ingredients, all your seasoning.
So make sure your hands is clean, people. Do not be getting people sick. Wash your hands when you're cooking often.
See, I'm doing it because baby has nails, so we don't want that meat under those nails.
No, please, no.
I think it's pretty good and mixed right now.
Yeah.
So now we can get ready to form our meatloaf. Put it in our pan. Or if you don't have a meatloaf pan, you can get you, put it on a baking sheet, put some foil on your sheet, and then form your meat. And then put your glaze over it and stick it in the oven. 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. You're gonna have perfection.
You're gonna have perfection if you follow the Cooking with the Browns recipe anyway. So, even though we have a meatloaf pan, our recipe actually called for a cookie sheet and foil, so we opted to do what the recipe said and use cookie sheet and foil. And even though our foil says non-stick, we still spray our foil just to make sure. So, gonna form it on the foil.
I think this would have been too much for our meatloaf pan.
Yeah.
2 pounds of meat. So I love me some meatloaf. After a couple of days, we have some left over. What time is it? Meatloaf sandwich. Yes.
That's gonna be a no for me. My husband make a sandwich out of anything. I think he wants to open up a sandwich shop on the side. But yep.
WB's unique sandwiches. Oh, don't worry, it'll be packed. It's already happening on Food Network. People didn't believe in my kind of sandwiches. You go to Bizarre Foods, you'll find it out on Food Network. They are doing it up. Stuff I had already come out with in my head, now it's sold in restaurants. Oh, that is beautiful. What you think?
That's perfect.
Perfect.
This is a huge meatloaf.
It's gonna be delicious.
Well, you would swear it's like 10 people that live in this house. Okay. Yeah, that meatloaf. Look at that meatloaf. It is huge. OMG. But we get ready to cook it. Ain't it pretty? Oh, you can see the flavor in there. Yes!
All right, we have our oven preheated at 350 degrees. About to put our meatloaf in the oven, gonna let it cook for 45 to 50 minutes, and then we'll come back and put our glaze on top, and we'll cook that for an additional 10 minutes and probably broil it after that for probably about a minute to get that glaze nice and glazy.
Glazy. I like that word. Okay, nice and glazy. Nice and glazy. Yep.
It's in the oven.
In the oven.
Dice up these potatoes so I can boil them and get our mashed potatoes going. They're gonna be so delicious. Using the Yukon Gold potatoes. I like the Yukon Gold. It has a natural buttery taste versus the russet. One of these days I'm gonna be like Benihana. My slicing game's gonna be on point. Not today though.
Please don't try today. Please don't try today. We want to eat and not be in the emergency room. Now this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of minced garlic to be added to the water, and a little salt. So measure this out into, all right, and a little salt. Already put the salt in there. So now just gonna let these come to a boil and move on to the next step. Okay, family, while we are waiting on the meatloaf to cook, the potatoes to cook, boil, we're gonna go ahead and make the glaze.
1/2 teaspoon white vinegar.
Make sure it's out. Make sure you got all of it. 1.5 teaspoon white vinegar. Okay.
Well, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
I don't know about y'all, but anybody else brown sugar just be just hard? You know, just hard. You said 3 of these?
2.5.
2.5.
I said 3 because I like brown sugar.
You see how you tried to make it extra
because
sweet?
I like brown sugar.
See?
Ah.
Cut it out.
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder.
Teaspoon garlic powder.
Teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of black pepper.
Y'all just wait until we get in our little gourmet, what is gonna be considered our gourmet kitchen. Honey, y'all ain't seen nothing yet, baby. Just wait. We gonna really be thinking that we cooking with the Browns. Y'all gonna be like, they doing way too much. Way too much. Just making up stuff and cooking. That's all right. Y'all gonna be making it up with us and cooking it. Y'all know how y'all do. You like, this is right here. Y'all see that? Pinch. Nah. Mix it together. All right. The potatoes have been boiled, drained. So now I'm gonna do the milk. And it's 3 tablespoons. Gonna melt that down. And then we're about to mash these potatoes.
And the milk and butter, we don't want to boil it. We just want to warm it up.
So it's just
And then once we warm that up, then we add the milk and the butter. Then we're going to add our sour cream.
Yeah. And I measured that. Doing some double cooking here. Now we about to pull this beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Hey. All right, now it's time to put the glaze on. Let's see if we made enough. I think it is gonna be enough.
No, ma'am.
You don't think so?
No, ma'am.
Need to make some more?
Yes, ma'am. You gotta get it covered real good. This is not.
Oh yeah, no, it's not enough.
You want to cover it because we have a humongous piece of meat.
So this is milk and the butter, and now we're about to pour this over.
Sour cream.
With a cup of sour cream already pre-measured. And of course, once we mix this all up and we see that we want some more butter, milk, cream, sour cream, we will add more to it. And just like that, family, it is time to eat. We have the meatloaf, the broccoli, and our potatoes. Yes, yes. We are so ready. It's dinner time. Well, family, see it smoking. It's time to eat. Hope you enjoyed another segment of Cooking with the Browns.
Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, Parmesan broccoli. Have a good night.
Welcome to another episode of
What? Cooking with the Browns.
Cooking
Here
with
we
the Browns.
are tonight.
Yes.
We're gonna make a specialty dish tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna create our own dish. It's gonna be a play on a lobster roll.
Yes.
It's gonna be delicious.
And now he over there choking because he trying to eat calamari in between filming. Focus. Focus.
Let's do this.
So, you cannot have lobster rolls without the lobster. So look at these beauties. And our twist of the lobster roll will be lobster and crab rolls.
It's a crab meat and our lobster. We about to do it brown style.
Yes.
We have our lobster, we have our crab. We're gonna use butter. We have our mayo, kosher salt, black pepper, lemon for lemon juice, and for some lemon zest. And then over here we have our chives, and we have our celery. And that's really all we're gonna need to make some delicious brown lobster crab rolls.
Something simple, real quick. Hey, let's get started. This is what we're working with. This is what we're trying. This is our twist on things. Hey,
We got it.
we got it. Let's get it. Let's do it.
Get the celery nice, diced, minced. And I like celery, but I like smaller pieces. I don't like large pieces of celery in my food. Hey, it's your preference. Then there's some chives I'm gonna throw in with the celery. Mix them all up together, the chives and the celery. Get that good and chopped up before we put the rest of our ingredients together. Got lemon zest. We have our 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and now our lemon zest. We're rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
We're gonna add our celery and our chives to our mixture. Then we'll come back with our mayo,
Which is 1/4 of a cup of mayo. See, this is what you do when you want something real quick.
quick and simple. but delicious.
But delicious.
Don't get it twisted. It's simple, but hey, it's gourmet style because you're doing what? Cooking with the Browns.
Cooking with the Browns. Especially when one of the parties has not been feeling very well.
Oh, baby.
It's been a struggle. It has been a struggle. A struggle. This is the fun part. Getting the lobster out of the shell. We really do need some more crackers, some bigger ones and some better ones, all of that. But this is what we're about to do for the next couple minutes, and voila.
2.5 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt in our skillet. And then we're going to throw our lobster and crab into the skillet. And we're going to cook it for about 2 minutes. Our lobster and crab mixture in our 2.5 tablespoons of butter until it is nice and buttery. And then, what are we going to do? Assemble our sandwich.
Yes.
Comes the magic, here comes our goodness. All of that meat. Oh, here's the sizzle over medium heat. Baby, that's grade A lobster. Prime crab.
Yes, y'all see that?
This is gonna be ridiculous. You know what? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of Old Bay to this.
And then I'm gonna pour that inside of there, right?
Yeah, once we cook this for about 2 minutes, get it nice and warm, then we'll throw it in our mixture with our mayo, our celery, our chives, our lemon juice, lemon zest, our kosher salt, and black pepper. Then we're gonna butter our buns.
Yes, nice and toasty.
We're gonna sit down and have a feast.
Have a feast. Look at that steam coming off of there. Ooh, doesn't that look delish? Yes.
Turn that off, get it off the heat.
So now, I'm gonna take this lovely lobster crab mixture and put it in the bowl.
I love the way you mix.
So,
Mix it, baby. Mix it.
oh my gosh. This, you see them chunks of lobster? OMG. And then you have to butter your buns, okay? You got to butter your buns. And now for the finished product. Now it's time for the taste test. Yep, did it. So guess what? I'm about to enjoy this. Hey there, family, and welcome to another segment of
Cooking with the Browns.
Today, however, we are going to be baking with the Browns.
Something sweet.
Yes. We're gonna do a
Sweet potato pecan bourbon pie.
yes.
Delicious.
First things first, we got the potatoes here. Has some nice sweet potatoes, nice and big, and we're gonna put these in the oven for about
425 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Get them nice and soft.
yeah.
Nice rotation of the yam.
All right, the potatoes are out of the oven. They are nice and hot, soft, and all of that. That's why you put them in the oven, to bake them, to get them nice and soft, so you can go ahead and peel them.
Open them up. Scoop out the insides out, put them in a bowl, and get ready to mix everything together.
While we're getting that together, these are all the ingredients that we have. We have Karo syrup. Even though the recipe calls for dark, using light, I like the lighter Karo syrup anyway because I like the lighter color of a good sweet potato pie. Ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground allspice, ground nutmeg, vanilla, cloves, jello, vanilla pudding mix, evaporated milk, and this good old stuff is going to be what we're going to use in our sauce because it calls for either bourbon or rum. So we're going with a spiced rum. So now for the fun part, babe, I'm gonna put everything in this bigger bowl so you can have room to mix it. And so I need 1 teaspoon of ginger, a half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. I see him over there getting those spices together. A half a teaspoon of the cloves, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, allspice, 3/4 teaspoon. Now we're going to do the brown sugar and the sugar. This pie calls for a lot of sugar. It is gonna be good and sweet. Okay. Now I'm gonna do 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Like I told you guys before, this brown sugar just gives me the blues sometimes. Yeah, just trying to. Does anybody else brown sugar do this? Or is it just mine? It's like to clunk up. This is 1/4 of vanilla. And a pinch of salt. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Nah. 1/4 cup of the heavy whipping cream, and he's gonna lightly beat 1 egg. And then we're gonna mix all of this goodness together. Now I have a little confession, y'all. A confession for y'all. I have a little confession for y'all. Y'all know I've been packing because we're moving and just giving away stuff and throwing away stuff. Gave away our hand mixer. So my husband gonna have to mix this by hand. I did not plan on baking anything before we moved, but here we are. Cooking with the Browns, baking with the Browns. Late at night, okay? So, ooh, look at that yumminess. This is going to be a sweet potato bourbon pecan pie. The brown style, because we always do it our way. Now this recipe calls, like I said, for 1 and 1/4, but that's a bit much for us. I mean, that seems like that's just excessively sweet. So we gonna do just half. This pie is already sweet enough, and this is just straight sugar. This right here. So put that in there. That's just clear sugar, liquid sugar. Don't need all that extra. This calls for some more vanilla. This product must not realize how much eggs cost, but okay. We're gonna rock with it, roll with it, because this is like a little twist of the Papados sweet potato bourbon pecan pie, but we put our twist on it because we just do that. And oh, there go that pinch of salt again. Hey, you know what? It's something about salt that makes everything right. Gotta have salt. Ground cinnamon and chopped pecans. And that will do it for that. How much cinnamon is the calling for? 3/4. So we got our 3 eggs and the butter. So now my mixer is gonna come back up. He's gonna mix this, and we're gonna start putting this pie together. And there we go, as we are starting to assemble our first pie. And number 2. And then all we have to do is put on the topping filling, as they call it, and stick these babies in the oven and make our bourbon sauce.
Bourbon sauce. Fancy.
I'm just doing a little bit more chopping on my pecans because they are some big chunks. So, do not want these big chunks of pecans in there like that. 1 1/4 cup. So now, that's 1. As I said, that is plenty of pecans. That is the pecan mixture that will be going on our pies. That looks really good, babe.
That's what the doctor said when I was born. He looks real good. You want to put on just one? There's a line left over.
No, on 2, on both of them.
Oh, okay.
Cause I use my my ingredients. These ingredients is expensive. Ooh, these pies. Now we're going to make the bourbon sauce that actually goes on the pie after it's all done. So we got 1/4 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of milk, and it calls for how much whipped cream? 1.5 cups. This is the cup. Baby got the half. And your bourbon. In our case, our spiced rum. This is how we do it. Gonna put this like this. 1 shot, 2. We'll do 2 shots of the rum. And our sauce is ready. Very, 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 very simple. Now that we've added the vanilla pudding mix to the sauce, I almost forgot that. Now it's ready. It's like, wait, something is missing. Now it's ready. And like I said, this doesn't go on until you're getting ready to serve the pie. Anyway, let's see. Now it's ready. Knew something was missing? Time to tidy up. And the pies are coming out. And just like that, the brown version of the sweet potato bourbon pecan pies are done. That was fun, but we waited too late to try to bake these pies.
Way too late.
Knowing that we got to get up in the morning.
Good night.
Love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We love y'all. Have a blessed and abundant Sunday. Love you all.